Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Terry Neumann. I'm here to talk to you today about morale in the workplace. A little about my background. I've been managing in contact centers for around 18 years and have had to deal with this topic many times. So how many of you have had to deal with morale and are wondering what you can do? Looks like we have a kind of a mix here. So let's get right into it. Studies show that morale in the workplace is primarily caused by poor communication, micromanagement, and failure to recognize employee achievements. Each of those topics are intertwined and they all usually end up in this circular pattern. So to start, let's take a look at how poor communication leads to poor morale in the workplace. In a recent survey by accountants in 2013, it showed that 1/3 of those surveys thought that poor communication is to blame for morale problems. I would say they're right. So open and honest two-way communication will definitely encourage your team to come to you with suggestions, ideas, concerns. This in turn will allow you to get out in front of potential issues. So along with that strategy is to allow the team to own those ideas that they come to you with. So could we all agree on that? So simply put, morale is directly influenced by the manager. So next, we're going to talk about micromanagement. Michael Leafina stated that micromanagement is now almost universally considered the worst type of approach or style of approach that any manager can have with an employee. If a manager elects to apply this type of style, it often leads to reduced employee morale, disengagement, loose cannons, the list goes on. Ultimately, it ends up causing so much disengagement that the employee doesn't feel valued, and they ultimately end up looking for another job, which leaves you going back and recruiting and hiring and training, and thus another circular pattern. So often the manager will apply this and not even know that they're doing it. So one good tactic to use is simply just good communication skills there. Again, it leads right back to the top, like I told you. So, applying a good softer approach, good communication skills, getting out of your office and engaging your employees more often in a positive way, not to be checking up on the work that you just assigned them, is going to definitely help you. Really just a little bit of a pinch of what I call that fairy dust tactic, and allows them to feel part of something bigger. And the top 3 reasons to recognize your employees is to grow profits, retention, and to inspire peak performance. I think we all would like to do all 3 of those. So it is noteworthy that really every employee is different. We all know this. I'm different than you, you're different than this person. So we got to take a strategy approach that, well, let's go back to communication. Let's talk with these individuals and see what they want to do. What motivates them, what excites them, what do they want to get out of the position there. And it allows you to, again, do that transfer of ownership. So it's transferring yourself to the team. More minds are better than one. That's really what we're talking about here. So studies show that morale, in conclusion, is primarily caused by poor communication, along with the micromanagement tactics and failure to recognize employee achievements. So I'm sure that everyone in here has seen and had that type of thing happen to them, where the employees are a little disengaged, not wanting to, or not appearing that they're part of the bigger team. And all of a sudden you get a invite or a walk-up of somebody that says, hey, I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice. And then when you get into it, you find out that it's really just because they didn't feel like they had the opportunity to grow. So deep thoughts and good information there. So let me just pass it over to the group here. Is there any questions that anybody may have today? What are some tactics that I can use when I meet to discuss an item
that was assigned to an employee that resulted in poor performance?
So let me repeat that for everyone so they can hear. What are some tactics that I can use when I meet to discuss an item that was assigned to an employee that resulted or continually resulted in poor performance? Really one of the best things to do is to speak to the root cause. Don't speak to too many items. Overwhelms the agent or the person that you're speaking with. Speak to some positive throughout. What did you see good? And they will definitely respond well with that. Any other questions? Okay, go ahead. Okay, great question. So how would I address culture into an incentive plan? So one of the best things, the best tactics I've used when dealing with diversity is to simply ensure that everybody has the opportunity. You've done good communication, said that, hey, we're doing this activity, invited them to participate, and that shows that you're willing to let anybody own it. Next question.
How can I stop micromanaging when my team continues to show poor performance?
Start by creating an overall vision for the team and ensure that it includes the outcomes that you expect, and invite the team to provide ideas and suggestions on how to meet those goals from the vision. This invites ownership and change, and it's really a best practice. So thank you for your time, everybody. I appreciate your support, and have a great day.